You know, when I first read this, I thought it was some sort of a mistake because it's just, I don't know, it's just too unbelievable to believe. Even though slaughterhouses in the United States are closed, 90,000 horses are transported to Canada and Mexico each year and slaughtered. Think about that. Our next guest, Deborah, is from the Beech Brook Farm Equine Rescue, and she's here to tell us about what's being done to save them. And Deborah, is it Finco?
Finco.
Finco. I want to make sure I have that pronunciation.
Nice Italian name.
Nice Italian name. Tell us
Finco.
a little. How can these numbers, 90,000? Tell us a little bit about why they're being slaughtered, where they're coming from, a little bit of a background on it.
Well, there's a number of different reasons. A lot of it is the economy right now.
Yep.
There's a market for horse meat in Europe, and until that goes away, there's always going to be a demand for horses. Irresponsible pet owners and overbreeding are some of the reasons we end up with more horses than people can care for.
Now, horse meat here, is that still...
Nope, can't buy it in the U.S., but it's exported in Europe and Asia. It's eaten.
And now, why is it okay to just slaughter them in Canada and Mexico? They just, the way the laws are there?
It's still legal there.
Right.
The last plant closed in the U.S. in 2008. And so that's where they can export them to.
Well, you're down there in Mystic with Beech Brook Farm, and tell us a little bit about your equine rescue and how it all started and where you're at today.
So we started in 2007, very small, just rescuing a few horses at a time, and we've now grown to where we're rescuing over 20 a year. We've rescued 16 so far already this year, and we started out actually fostering horses for another rescue in the beginning, and then we started our own rescue and became a 501c3.
I'm dying to know what's involved with the rescue. I want give me a good mental picture of how you go about rescuing these animals.
So most of our horses are horses that are bound for slaughter, although we also take in owner surrender horses. But there's two auction barns, one in New Jersey, one in Pennsylvania, and we primarily get horses that go through those auction barns and don't get purchased, and they end up in what's called the feedlot or the kill pen. And we get information about them. There's a network of people who post pictures about horses that are in the kill pens, and then we make arrangements to purchase them and transport them to our rescue.
Now, they must be more than happy to let you purchase them, right? But you're still in a situation where you can only purchase so many, right?
Correct. And part of that is dependent on us having sufficient funds, not just to purchase them, but once we bring them to our farm, it costs about $300 per month to support a horse.
What is the rescue itself, what does that cost?
It varies depending on the horse between $200 and $800, and then we transport them at a cost of about $200 to our farm.
Okay.
And then you start having all the vet and normal expenses because these horses are often sick or injured. And so at the end of the day, we've probably invested $1,500 in a horse that we may adopt out for several hundred, which is why we need donations to keep things going.
Oh boy, you are angels to these horses right here on earth. How many horses are currently available at the farm?
We've got about 11 for adoption. Not all of them are at our farm. We also have foster farms.
Oh, really?
When we're full, there are people out there who are willing to take a horse for a short period of time. And one of the pictures we'll see later, we have a horse that's a foster in New Hampshire. So we have at our farm currently 11 horses, but overall the rescue has about 15.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the pictures that you brought along today. I understand we have some success stories here. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is the mother Esperanza and her baby Chance. They were both getting ready to ship to slaughter, and they arrived at our farm in January of 2009. And we've placed the mother. She was adopted shortly after coming to our farm. And her baby Chance, she's really no longer a baby. She's 2 years old, and she's larger than her mother is in this photo now. She's available for adoption.
Okay, how about our next shot here?
This is Tumbleweed, and he's a quarter horse that normally we rescue gaited horses, but he ended up at our rescue because he limped through the auction and they thought he was gaited, and actually he had severe navicular, and he was only 9 years old, or he is only 9 years old, and that prohibited him from being ridden. When he came to us, we had him x-rayed, and we thought this is going to be a really hard horse to place. But a person who loved horses but never wanted to ride ended up adopting him and a pony that was at our farm.
Okay, how about our next shot here?
Cammy, beautiful horse that we rescued in March. She's a Tennessee walking horse available for adoption. She has not been broke to ride, which is common with the rescues that we get. Oftentimes they're not broke to ride or they're just green broke, so we're working with her now.
Okay, and how about another shot? There we are.
Shiloh, this is the horse I mentioned that was at a foster in New Hampshire. Michelle standing there with her is her foster mom. And Shiloh she was 2 hours from shipping to auction. She had a big blown up knee. Nobody wanted her. We stepped in and saved her. and her knee recovered. She's being ridden all over on trails up in New Hampshire. She's doing great.
Awesome. Okay, so what are the biggest challenges that you're currently facing? Oh, we got another one. I'm sorry.
We do. Corta's there. That's Peruvian Paso Corta Fiera. She's available for adoption as well.
Wow.
She's a beautiful horse, but she's a horse with an attitude, not for the beginner.
All right, and we've got one more shot.
And Jade, a beautiful Cremello Perlino Tennessee walking horse with pale green eyes, which is pretty unique, and she's also available for adoption, currently being started out on trails and riding.
All right, now I know right now you need to raise some money and you need volunteers, and if people would like to get involved with your organization, they can go up to the website and take a good look at what's going on. So
yep.
What is your website?
The www.beechbrookfarm.webs.com.
Oh, I tell you, there's nothing. I mean, you're doing great stuff. Great stuff. And again, if you missed any part of this, you can go to WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style, and you can find out more about the farm. God bless you. You're doing great stuff
Thanks.
to save the horses. And
Thanks.
you know you'd like to help out.